Hi, my name is Sheyo Bassi. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to get your Canada permanent residency after your studies in Canada. This is actually a must-watch video if you're interested in getting your Canada permanent residency after studying in Canada. Please note that you need to consult an immigration lawyer for immigration advice that is suited to your circumstances. So this doesn't serve as an immigration advice, okay? Just note that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is why choose study in Canada. So there are like 4 countries that actually have great post-secondary school admission and education. There's Canada, there's the US, there's UK, and there's Australia. I know that at the beginning, a lot of people wanted to study in the UK, and then they moved to the US, and now most people want to study in Canada. Why? Because the UK and the US also have great education programs. So the advantages of studying in Canada is that you have Canadian education and more opportunities to integrate into the society. You also get Canada work experience while you're studying, and all these gives you advantage to become a Canada permanent resident. So unlike all other countries, studying in Canada is actually a sure route to become a permanent resident. No matter the province that you study in Canada, they have programs like immigration programs that make it easy for you to go from being an international student graduate to being a permanent resident. So that way you not just study and work in Canada, you actually have an opportunity to become a permanent resident who is going to be a citizen of Canada with a Canada passport that opens the door to so many countries and so many opportunities for you, not just in Canada, but also in other countries. Okay, so let's move on. Now, how do you go from studying, graduating, and become a permanent resident? So you must actually study at a program that is at least 8 months of studying. In Canada, 8 months translate to 2 terms, which is actually 1 year of study. So as long as you have done 1 year of study, or actually 2 terms, which is 8 months, you can actually get a post-graduation work permit that gives you the chance to work in Canada and then work towards your permanent residence. So your post-graduation work permit is usually from 1 to 3 years, depending on the number of years you studied in Canada. And then you work for 6 months to 1 year to be able to qualify for the Canada Experience class. So Canada has the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which is like the flagship program for immigration into Canada. It has the Express Entry, Express Trade, and it has the Canadian Experience class. Canadian Experience class is for those who have work experience in Canada of up to 6 months to 1 year. So, and it's also a points-based system. So if you have the Canada work experience, you can actually qualify to apply for the Canadian Experience class, which is part of the Federal Skilled Worker Program to become a permanent resident. You also qualify for Express Entry. Now, having studied and worked in Canada, and if you have experience back home of up to at least 1 year work experience that qualifies, of course, you can qualify for the Express Entry. Express Entry is also a points-based program where you get points for age, for education, for your English language scores, and then the family in Canada and other things. Because you have that work experience and you have studied in Canada, you have the opportunity to have increased your scores in the Express Entry pool, and that can also get you selected to apply for permanent residence. It's actually easier when you're in Canada to apply and qualify for Express Entry than if you were outside of Canada. You would also qualify for a provisional nominee programs. Now, this is the one that is actually the love of a lot of international students, especially for those who schooled in the Atlantic provinces. They have amazing program. One of them is the AIPP, that's very easy for international students that studied in the Atlantic region to become permanent residents, okay? Some of them require that you just get a job with any of the employers that also do the AIPP. And then they also have their own provincial nominee programs that help you to become, a permanent resident in their province. So long as you have already said that you would live and work in that province, you qualify for their provincial nominee programs. That is one of the best ways that I know that a lot of students who are graduates of international students are able to become permanent residents using the provincial nominee programs. Each province has their own nominee programs. They have their own requirements. So it's not easy for me to say what the requirements are generally because they differ according to province. Yeah. So in a nutshell, you can get permanent residence after studying through Federal Express Entry, the Federal Trades Program, the Canadian Experience Class, as well as the Provincial Nominee Program. There's also the Home Care Program, the Agri Pilot, and all the other pilots that if those interest you, you can also jump on any one of them to become a permanent resident in Canada. Then depending on how long your study was, after 2 to 3 years, you can apply for citizenship. I understand at this point that you have to have been in Canada for about 5 years or so, legally, of course, before you can apply for citizenship after becoming a permanent resident, as long as you have not told any lies and you have not committed any crimes. There are some crimes that you can commit that can actually hamper you becoming a citizen, because by the time you apply for citizenship, there's some digging into your background, there's some digging into your past, and if they unearth any crimes against society, crimes against humanity, or anything like that, it will actually hamper your application for citizenship. So please stay away from crimes, okay? So that in a nutshell is how to move from being a student to being a permanent resident. So you're not just coming to study in Canada just for study's sake, though some people do it, they study and go back to their country. But if you want to become a permanent resident in Canada, you can use any of those routes. So do you want to move forward with your Canada study plans? Do you have the plan to become a permanent resident in Canada using the study route? You can send me a WhatsApp on that number. That's my WhatsApp number there, or you can go to our website. Just click on tinyurl.com/I love Canada 2, and that will take you to our website where you can put in your details and you have access to watch our free webinar that shows you step-by-step how people like you and you too can become a permanent resident using the study route. I hope this has been really useful and valuable to you. Have a lovely rest of your day and talk to you later. This is Sheya Basi, and this is the Niger to Canada JAPA system. Have a lovely day. Bye.